News 8's team coverage this morning begins with Annie Rourke, who's live at the scene. Good morning, Annie.
Good morning, Chris and Kristen. The fire has been put out, but now the real work begins here. The investigation continues on Poplar Street here in New Haven. As you can see, there was quite a bit of damage to the building here. The state fire marshal is now on the scene working alongside the local New Haven officials. 3 people died and 8 people were rushed to the hospital, including 3 children. Now, the fire chief tells us they believe it started on the 2nd floor. It happened at 1:30 in the morning, and there were a lot of people home at the time. This is a multi-family home, at least 4 apartments in this building here, and people were trapped on the 2nd and 3rd floors. The chief tells us both the front and back stairwell were engulfed in flames, so they were unable to get out of the apartment. Now, we do have some reported video sent in to us by residents who witnessed all of this. You can see the dramatic rescue here, the folks just desperate to get out. Some of them had to jump out the 2nd floor windows and off the porch. We know that they had to throw a baby off the 2nd floor, as well as at least a 6-year-old child. There were other neighbors in the area catching those children as they were thrown out of the house. The firefighters did their very best to get to them under dangerous conditions, but the building was entirely engulfed when they got here.
It appears as though the fire may have started on the 2nd floor, but again, that's very preliminary, and we'll be investigating the cause of the fire.
But because it started on the 2nd floor, it made it very difficult to reach the people on the 3rd floor. That is where we are told the fatalities occurred. And again, there were 3 people that died on that 3rd floor. We do not know the ages of those people at the time. Now, we do not know if there were smoke detectors in the home at this time. All of that is still under investigation. Again, 3 people were killed here, 8 other people taken to the hospital, including 3 children. We're told they do not have life-threatening injuries, though, but obviously a very terrible situation here on Poplar Street in New Haven. Live in New Haven, I'm Annie Rourke, News 8.
Thank you, Annie. And this morning's fires left a New Haven neighborhood stunned, obviously.
As you can imagine, yeah. News 8's team coverage continues now. News 8's Crystal Haynes is in that neighborhood this morning. Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning to you, Chris and Kristen. Yeah, you know, certainly it was a devastating scene as folks starting to wake up in this Fairhaven section of New Haven. And there's lots of moving parts anytime you're working a fire of this magnitude. We do know, check out this video, that they were interviewing folks, including young children, on the scene here, trying to account for everyone who lived in this 6-unit multifamily house. Certainly, the scene was incredible. Take a look at these reported photos that someone sent in. We know that they caught the flames, the firefighters trying to knock down this blaze as quickly as possible so that they can attend to those folks that were hurt and, of course, those folks that were killed. Here's what a man who was walking up on the scene had to say to us this morning as he really felt the shockwaves in this community. You live in this neighborhood. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, not in this neighborhood, on TV, but not around here, especially 3 deaths involved. It's really terrible. I just came here, say a personal prayer, and it's really sad.
Yeah, lots of folks are saying prayers this morning for the victims of this fatal fire here at Poplar and Wolcott Streets. As you heard Annie said, the investigation continues as to exactly what happened here. For now, we're live here in New Haven. I'm Crystal Haynes, News 8.